Actually, I did pick up my first property at like, I guess 20 years ago. So what? Okay. Okay, cool. You want to see that?
No, hey, I'll be out there.
Okay. Very nice. What got you into, what started your very nice to you? Okay. Okay. That's like really hard. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah.
I know, I got it with a bed. It's okay.
Yeah. That's a girl.
Where is it? The second half, I'll be y'all. Think about this, ideal listing.
That's right. Sometimes like that, you know. Let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is anybody, is anybody here for the very first time? You've never introduced, anybody?
Say yes.
Introduce yourself, come on. Come on, stand up. You're not shy, I know you.
How's it going?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Willie Mokonta. I go by Will or Willow, whichever one. It's like my third week with Keller Wood.
That's another job he does. Tell him what else you do besides real estate.
I have a fashion clothing brand.
I could guess that. I'm telling you, it jumped out at me.
I basically like create streetwear, casual wear, comfy clothes for pretty much anybody. And I'm in real estate to basically build my portfolio and invest back in my businesses.
All right, guys, we're gonna have great, all right, now. All right, so the icebreaker question today is I want you to look at your neighbor, find somebody that's sitting beside close to you. The question is for vacation time, do you two want to go to the beach or do you want to go to the mountains and where is it you go? Take a minute and share that with your We're actually going to beach this weekend, which I know is really true. We're going to Sandusky, Florida, which I love. Okay, the next thing is Y4C2T. Kay Evans, which one of these today is your favorite Y4C2Ts?
Let's see, I have to think about that, because they're also darn good, but I guess it's the favorite is the first, it's win-win or no deal.
Okay, why is that your favorite one?
Well, because it's so, you don't win when you trounce someone else, you know. When you walk away, you feel kind of sick, it's like, yeah, you know. So to make it, acceptable to both parties. Maybe one doesn't like it as well, but You didn't trounce them.
I like that. I've never had a screaming match with anybody that I thought, dang, Jim, you won the day because you did such a good job. And you go, ooh, I probably should have not lost my temper. I love win-win and deal at all. That's a great one. Broker open house, guys, please, if you have time, go support Stephanie on this one. This one is in Adairsville, Georgia. It's outside the perimeter. It's on today from 12 to 3 at $900,000. She needs your help. You go out there, it'll be worth the trip, and so please go support her if you can. Alliance Partners, we have Thomas and or Brown up today. Come on.
All
I'm happy to be here today because I normally don't get to see you guys, but Carrie sent me a little flyer last night that I'm sure Kimberly's probably got on there about a mortgage fraud class that Cheryl King's gonna teach. And it's got broker CEs and agent CEs. It's a really good class. It's not a week that goes by, or it's really a few days now that your clients don't come in and everybody hears these title lock commercials and things about your title getting scammed. And that's something that'll be covered in this class, but there's all kind of different mortgage fraud related issues nowadays that are happening. You hear about in the news. Anybody know anything about, so the last 3 weeks, about how many people have alleged nationally that they misrepresented their primary residence on different stuff? So it's become a big, mortgage fraud is a pretty big thing, and that technically is mortgage fraud. When you deceive the bank into thinking that you're living in a primary residence versus a second home, investment property, whatever. But there's a lot of facets to that discussion. By the way, on the title lock thing, because I imagine if I get asked all the time, you guys might get asked too. That's covered now by the coverage that you would buy from Home Title Lock that you hear the commercials from. That coverage is included on an enhanced owner's policy of title insurance. So if they're getting that when they get that owner's policy. So keep that in mind. Don't want to get too technical about it, but the class is September the 11th, 1 to 4. Go to our website. Cheryl teaches constantly, so there are lots of other classes that are being offered. But that's really all I have. Thank you. We had a big Hunter and I were talking back there before we came up. A report that I get every Monday, so I got one yesterday about the previous weeks, and all it measures is purchase contracts. So some new constructions in there. It went up almost 28% over the previous week. So I know you guys are busy, and thank you for everything on that. So thanks.
In the past month, Alicia called me and she says, Jim, I've been told by the lender to not send that form to me. I don't want to see it. I said, what? I was told by the lender to not send that form to me. I said, okay, what do you think, Jim? I think it's called mortgage fraud. And that's what it is. When you withhold something, even the lender tells you to do it. I said, so call the lender back and say, I'm happy to do that. Put it in writing to me, please. Lender would not do that. So guys, that's called mortgage fraud when you withhold something from the lender. Am I telling the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called mortgage fraud. Is that right, guy? Do you know who comes to get you if you do mortgage fraud?
The feds.
The feds. And you don't want to pull them up in their black SUV to come get you. So guys, that's called mortgage fraud. So Lon, thanks for reminding me about that, because that happens a lot.
Well,
Moving on, we have Supreme, I think, today. Come on up, Supreme. Give him a hand.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, just to echo. Sorry. Just to echo a little bit. Just to echo a little bit of what Lon has said, we have seen quite the uptick in applications. I will tell you, over the next 3 weeks, is going to be the witching hour for the interest rates. This Friday, the PCE is coming out, which is a pretty good measure of inflation. The 5th, which is next week, the job reports is going to come out. If that comes in light, you can guarantee that the rates are going to move in probably a big way. And then obviously you've got the Fed meeting on the 17th. The expectation is 25 basis points, but depending on how these next two reports come out, could be 50 basis points, could be 75 basis points. That's going to be a massive driver. I don't anticipate that the market's going to wait for the Fed. If they get these two reports and they both come in light, I think it's going to be floodgates open. So if you've got anybody that is right there on the edge, still trying to hold out for the rates to come down, now is going to be their time. They don't have to make a move right this second, but go ahead and get your finances in order to know for a fact that you are good to go and you can make a choice whenever that time does come. So, we'll be sure to keep an eye on that and keep you guys as up to date as possible. Yeah.
We complain, you know that we complain with the financial contingencies, as fast as 7 days, 5 days, 7 days. Yeah, what did I say? 7 days?
Yeah, 5 to 7
I
days,
just said, days. That's amazing on financial contingencies, and appraisal as fast as 7 days, 10 days.
Yeah.
So we can work with that, we have those situations, so.
Yeah,
it's
and
ready.
in some cases too, if we get somebody with a clean qualification, we'll go ahead and get their documents up front, fully underwrite them. If you really wanna do 0 days to make it that competitive, be our guest, just make sure that you run it by us. But we're here to do anything to get you guys under contract. Thank you.
Go ahead, guys. We love our Alliance partner. All right, Kay Evans. Look, let's go today.
Come on in.
Hey, you like this chair or one of those? You like the best?
Oh, let me just stand for a
You
while.
stand for this, I know.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about how long ago you started the Reed, just a little bit about, share about the history of the Reed, because I always like to hear about that, just a little bit.
Well, I have someone who helped it get started in the audience.
Who's that?
Sarah, how about that?
That's Sarah Price, seriously, Sarah, please stand up.
Yeah.
Communicate exactly right
If I still
This
can.
is the lady, that had the whole vision with Kay to open this office. How many years ago, Sarah? How many years ago did you open the office?
I did.
How many
Me
years
too.
ago?
Oh, that was back in 1999, wasn't it? She took me to lunch, I
I
was
did.
very impressed.
It was
And we
easy.
hadn't talked 5 minutes of her telling me about Keller Williams, and I said, I'm on. I had just found out how much Harry Norman was taking out of 1 hour. And Case, the whole program for Keller Williams is so much better that I said, I'm in. And I got a mortgage on my house and bought it. Thank you, Kate.
Here's my side of that story. I mean, I had people coming in and saying, you know, for East Cobb, if you could get Sarah Farah, that would be really a home run. So here's my relationship with Sarah. I used to manage a real estate office here in Cobb. And every time Sarah did a co-op sale for our office, she would come in to see me. I was a broker. And we got a relationship kind of there. She was friendly, she was fun, she was. And so it was easy for me to make that phone call. I called her and I said, Sarah, I'd like to take you to lunch. And when we went to lunch, I said, Sarah, bringing a new company to Atlanta, real estate company. It is, you know, it's a different model, very different, and you're gonna, if you're there, you'll make more money. And she said, Kay, I do not need to make more money. I work so much, I can't spend the money I make. I just am drowning. I'm just working all the time. And I said, well, Sarah, you need to build a team. And we have a formula and a system for that. So why don't you come on board and you can build this, a team. And if you want to think about investment, how about you thinking about owning the market center? Since that time, obviously, whoever gave me that hint, it has blown up, East Cobb has. Sarah has emailed me from every part of the globe while she's on vacation. She said it was a really, really good deal. So, Sarah, I'm glad you built a team. It changed your life, right?
Yes.
You built a team, it changed your life, and that's the things you said. So thank you for being a part of this and being a huge part. I'm really grateful. Jim, I'm so happy to see the new equipment. I came out here before and I thought it was so antiquated and you couldn't see it. And so I kind of said something about it and look here, it worked out really pretty well. Here's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the most damaging thing that you can do to your business and actually, I think, your personal life is to keep doing the same systems, using the same tools, doing the same things personally in your life that you never have any stimulation. It is time for a change for you. If you haven't done anything to change, you changed, you came out and expanded your career options, working for you? Good, good. It is time to kind of stimulate your business and stimulate your personal life. Change is a word that most people hate. It is a word that I love. I counted up a couple weeks ago. I've lived in 25 houses in my marriage. Which, by the way, next week I have an anniversary and it is my 66th wedding anniversary. So happy changed husbands. I got a good one at the beginning, we met, and 7 months later we were walking down the aisle. 66 days, 66 years, September the 4th. Yeah, we have made a lot of changes. We have made more changes in our marriage than most people ever think about. We have done things that people are like, you're doing what? You're moving where? What in the world is going on? But I do believe that if things are not working for you, then change is inevitable. And there are some real estate companies that, actually last week I interviewed 2 real estate agents in one of those companies that has not changed anything in years and years and years and years. And it is boring. And it is not much fun. So that's one thing that I have loved about Keller Williams personally, is I was an educator in business. I was an educator in real estate when I came into the business, and Keller Williams had a training program. I was a little bit hesitant to get involved because it was so advanced to anything that I had seen out there. I mean, we had models for teams. We had models for everything that you wanted to do in business. I wasn't sure I was ready for that training, but I also didn't want to do it before I built this region with Bob Kalinsky, the most awesome partner anyone could have. He and I just fit together like that, except, you know, for the money part of it. He didn't like to spend money. I loved to spend money. So we had a little bit of an adjustment there, but we made it really, really well. He helped me not spend so much, and I helped him spend a little bit more. Like my husband told him, he said, Bob, if you don't fly first class, your heirs will. That's right. And so now he flies first class. That's the one exception to that. But I do believe I like to change, and I like to see businesses and I like to talk to real estate agents. You may think you have it going, but you don't want to get into the stale part till people think you're predictable. Last year you sent this for this year, for a new year. Last year you gave this, so you're giving this, you're doing this. You haven't changed that at all, so I just say, don't get stale. Courtney's here with me, and, we have a lot of people who say to us a lot, I wanna be a luxury agent, but I'm not ready quite for that yet. I don't wanna spend that money. You're talking to the wrong people here, because we understand that some changes should make you more money, and some changes should make you, right, Courtney? And we're here to help you do that, but I'm not pushing that for you today, because it isn't for everybody, but it certainly, has changed our lives. We started, with 5 agents, and now we have 200 in our little, right here in Atlanta, and we are helping to lead the region to be #1 in luxury, and we're truly happy about that. But what can you do to your business? Not putting that aside, and that's a passion for me, but putting that aside, what can you do to put excitement and change into your business? If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, however, Cracker Barrel is well, they rely, when you're in that kind of business, you rely on your signage, et cetera. And that is the one thing that's very hard to change in real estate, wouldn't you say that? It's very hard to change that once signs get out there. So I'm not talking about the signage, I'm talking about you personally. What do you do? How well do you know the people, your customers? Can you remember them in ways that are personal to them? Are you willing to change in order to do things a different way? Change brings growth. I can vouch for that. Change brings growth. When you have moved as much as I have, when you have had different careers that we have been involved in our family. I've been in real estate, however, 50 years, so I haven't changed careers. I've just changed ways of doing things. I try to get to know people personally so that I can remember them in a special and personal way, rather than the standard fruit basket at Thanksgiving. Does that make any sense?
I learned something.
Yeah.
I was with you last time, that we have something in common, you and Mo and I have something in common. We all started our best part of our career when we were 59.
When we were what?
59.
Oh, yeah, 59 years old.
She started the region when she was 59, right, Kelly?
I started the region like 2 months before I was 60.
And Mo Anderson became president of our company when she was 59, and I came here when I was 59.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Exactly right. So we have that in common, Kay.
Dude.
We do, exactly. So you're not too old to change, guys, right, Kay?
Well, I thought, and for a minute, when I got the opportunity to do Keller Williams, I thought, I'm 60 years old, should I do that? And then in a nanosecond, I said, yeah, sure. What else am I going to do? The last years have been from 60 to where I am now. Guess where I am?
61.
61.
Yeah. Who said that? Actually, we started in 1999. Yeah. And, I have made so many changes, and I will tell you what Keller Williams taught me. If you haven't done this, I recommend it. I was a little bit tortured because, not tortured, but I mean worried because I liked change so much. And I thought, and I had a bunch of jobs early in my life, I worked at a bank right out of college. Oh my God, deliver me. It was the most boring thing I ever did. And that happened to me time after time. 3 years, I'd be so bored, I'd be looking for the next thing. So when I came to Keller Williams, I took that behavioral profile called ABA. Did you take that?
I did too.
Yeah. And it taught me that is I can work in a chaotic environment. I have to work in a busy environment. I have to work around people and interesting people. I cannot stand routine. Routine just drives me up the wall. I want to keep something happening, I want to keep something going, I want to do things a lot, and that honestly made me so happy when I read that there was nothing wrong with me. It was just how I was put together. So then, when at 60, I learned that about myself. So boy, have I had fun accepting myself, because change does make me grow. Change does make me want to do better. I love to work around lively people. I really do. So I don't know where you are, but you may be at a point in your career where you're loving sitting at home. I can tell you, I'm doing a lot of sitting at home. And I'd rather be out busy, in front of people, interacting with people. I'm doing some training on, just like a couple individually, so I always find something to keep me busy. By the way, when I came in, some of you asked about my husband. He has been through a little bad time, and that's the first time he will be 90.
Wow.
In November. He's been in the hospital 3 times in his life. One was a football injury, a knee surgery from playing college football. That was the first time. The second time, he had been traveling foreign a lot he was in the oil business, and he had picked up some sort of viral something, so he was in the hospital that time. And this was the 3rd time. He will be 90 next month. So we've had very little of that really to deal with, but I have been home with him, and he's doing very well. Thank you for calling, Jim. Appreciate that. And so I don't know if I've made any sense to you today, but if you're bored and if you're not getting the results that you want to get, then look for ways to change. You might need a stimulation. I just think that everybody needs that. And everybody mostly is afraid to make changes. I don't want you to change from Keller Williams, because there's nothing better out there in the terms of real estate. So what I'm asking you to do is expose yourself to people who do things at a higher level that can challenge you, because if you don't, there'll be very little growth. You'll be doing the same thing over and over and again, and one day you'll wake up and you'll be bored. So make sure that you have enough stimulation in your life, in your business, that you're interesting, and that you attract people who want to work with you. I look for excitement in people.
So Kay,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a question. So this hedge fund that Basically bought part of Keller Williams,
What?
the hedge fund that owns our company now.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about that whole acquisition. Any thoughts at all?
You didn't get the rules, you don't ask hard questions.
I lost that.
Well, no,
I know you can.
I'm absolutely kidding you. I, honestly, I have an encouragement about that. Because I did meet with the president, the new president. Mhm. And he came in, to our region, visited with us, because you know, we have been #1 region since our 3rd year in the business. And, so he came and asked a lot of questions. I was very impressed.
Okay.
I was impressed with him, and I believe they will make us better. I think in some ways there was a tiredness, if that makes any sense. And I think this is kind of a refresher, and it's a refreshing thing. Now, I think we're going through, you know, a little change and getting used to that. But change, I believe, makes you grow, and I think that we will grow. We just have people who have made money doing things a different way, and they have taken over something that they have not done before. But why do you think they bought us? Why do you think?
We're good at what we do.
What?
We're good at what we do.
We're good at what we do, absolutely. Could they hang their shingle out and do real estate? No, because they buy companies and build them up. So I really do think, I'm very optimistic.
Me too.
I think we have a little rocky time till they figure out who we are and how we do things. But I can tell you, when they came to speak to us, the attorney and the president came, they took notes. They took copious notes on everything about how Bob and I started the region and what we did. And I'll tell you, can I quickly tell them some difference in our region and others? Bob and I do not own one bit, not 1 square inch of any office personally. You will not find that throughout the company. A lot of regional owners own a lot of the best offices. Our goal was to give opportunities to people like Sarah Fair and people who wanted opportunities like that. Our goal was to give opportunities to the agents in our company that they probably didn't have anywhere else. So we don't own any of the offices. And the good news about that is that we don't have an office that when it gets rocky and things are going, we're deflected and have to pay attention to that. We don't. Our job is, and we decided this, we were very decisive, and I want to give Bob tons of credit for this, because he had been in New Orleans and he says he had made some mistakes there, but he had also was a great business person in other areas. So we did not sell or award any franchises to people who were just investors. And a lot of areas you'll find they did. If you've got the money to buy one, you can have it. We have one market center that we awarded to one person. They did that after I was I was not in my position as the RD. And it was not good. We did not sell any market centers to companies, but one time, it was after I was gone. That was it was another company you know, it was like I don't wanna call any names, it had been with another franchise company. I did not believe in doing that, so I turned down those opportunities. So we were very strategic in our approach to this, and that is why I think that we have had such a good run, because we were careful about, and we've been, you know, the #1 region since our second or third year. And I know I've told you that story, I tell that story. David Osborne is a great guy, he's in the company. He was a young, very confident young man, that's a nice way to put it. And he had always been #1. He's owner of North Texas region and New Mexico, and you know, he'd been being #1. And so the first year that Bob and I won the #1 slot, I didn't know it, I was surprised, I went to family reunion, saw the program, it said, you know, there's a tie for the #1 region, it's North Texas and the Southeast region, and I was like, wow, I did not realize that. So, Bob and I go up on the stage with David and his group, and he's a great friend, he's a partner of ours in Florida, as a matter of fact, but I said to him, David, I am so honored to be on the stage with you. He said, I'm quite shocked. He said, I'm really shocked that you are. And I said, you will eat my dust.
I love it.
And he has. And we're still friends. But he was shocked that we were there that quickly. But I give Bob credit for being the best partner in the world. We made good policies when we came in. We tried to select the right people to be in business with. And we had standards, which I believe in. Sometimes I've been referred to as a hall monitor. It's okay with me. I mean, we had good standards. And those were the things that we agreed on that we would do, and we stuck to our guns on that. We do have a couple one that was sold to an investor, and I can tell you what that was, Joe Ferguson. Joe Ferguson's mother was an agent with me in the previous company. She was, even till this day, the best agent I've ever known. She was all heart, she was good as she could be. And Joe was a closing attorney, and came to me and said, I want to build an office to honor my mother. And I thought that sounded pretty good, so that's it. And we have been in business now 25 years, which people said within the last 6 months. But we're very proud of being where we are, and we have great leadership now. We, of course, turned that over to a younger group, and they're doing wonderful. But I will tell you that Louisiana is still heavy in the running. Anna's from Louisiana, Dawn's from Louisiana, I'm from Louisiana, Bob's from Louisiana, so if you don't like LSU, I'm sorry. Thank you all.
Question from the crowd, anybody have a question? Anybody have a question?
I think Kay forgot one of the most important things.
What's that?
Well, she might have talked about it, but I'm deaf. But it was right, maybe a year after we started, my daughter Tammy got deathly ill. And before I almost got to the hospital, all of Keller Williams was there praying.
Yeah.
And they spent the whole day there praying. And she lived, and she's fine, and she's still at Kroger, and doing well. But that impressed me so much, that I've never experienced that in my life, that people you work with would care so much And they did. It was wonderful.
It was the culture of our company, and you know, when you get as big as we are, it's hard to remember and do all of those things, but, thank you for sharing that, Sarah, because you're absolutely right. Yes, Paige?
You know, I remember, when Katrina hit, and, I was so devastated, and we were in the midst of a move to Keller Williams and a move to a different house, and we were living in an extended stay hotel. So, yes, and, when I wanted to do something, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to make sure that whatever we did, we couldn't do a lot, but we wanted it to have an impact. So I called Bob Kalinsky and Linda Cook, and I said, tell me about what's going on in Louisiana. What can we do that will impact? And they said, we have this organization called KW Cares. And I went, what? And they explained to me about agents taking care of agents and about taking care of our own, which was something that my grandmother had instilled in me, that how important that was. And to think that there was a real estate company that cared about taking care of their own and making sure that the money, the goods, the services went to Keller Williams agents who were so devastated for so many years after Katrina.
My proudest moment, Paige, and thank you for saying that, is the fact that we had 8 offices that were destroyed in Katrina, in the lower Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. Not one employee, not one of the staff lost their income. All the regions chipped in and they got paid for the entire time until their offices were built back. They worked and helped to build them back. That didn't happen with any other real estate company. The staffs got laid off, and so those two things, Sarah's and yours, are my two favorite things about this company that attracted me so much. I had a house, the first time I had bought, by the way, I bought it with profit share in Fairhope, Alabama, and the a person from the lower Mississippi, from Biloxi area, who was on one of the offices, stayed in my house for months. And I was happy to be able to do that for her, because she lost everything. She was from that area, so thank you, that was great. Anybody else have a question? You pull out the good stuff.
Guys, about a year or so ago, an agent called me, he's in this room right now. I won't tell you her name, but her initials were Cindy Contrusi, so.
Oh my gosh.
But she called me and she said, Joe, I need better materials. I've gotta have them. Where am I gonna find them? I sent her to International, I sent her here and sent her there, and all of a sudden, my light bulb went on, I went, I think Cams does that. Cindy, tell me a little bit about that story. That's a great story. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes,
Courtney.
yes,
Yeah.
Courtney's a dream. I went up against another agent and they were like, you're not getting this deal. It was it was $4 or $5 million. And they're like, your marketing material was just hands down, we liked you better, but I mean, it was pretty, I used to have now I've made pre-printed things, grab-and-goes at the beginning of the year, using a lot of what Courtney has put together for the luxury. So the luxury division, I joined that year, and their Canva presentations that she's put together, and it gets us together with other agents that do a lot of luxury from the region, and it's amazing connections and marketing material and social media and just networking.
Right here.
And yes, they are both amazing. And Courtney's always
She's our secret weapon, but I don't want to be quite so secret, so Courtney, come on up here, you can show us, come on.
I do.
You know, the one thing that I hated in the beginning Cause I was with Jenny Pruitt, and that was a great company at the time, and very luxury, and, then I hated to hear about Keller Williams, but they're not a luxury company, so. When you don't like something, you get busy
Yeah,
and do it.
well,
Courtney,
they're right though, we're not a luxury company,
we are
the luxury company. And when you can't compete, sometimes you lie. So, we don't have to lie because we're at the top, and collaboration happens at the top and competition happens at the bottom. So just know you're not competing with any of them, they're competing with you. We do a lot of things with stats to help you overcome maybe some objections you might get from clients who aren't as informed in real estate because they're a dentist. Or, you know, something else. So our job is to make sure that they know truth and they know it with facts and not feelings. So we'll do things like this, which is 700,000 and up in the Atlanta metro area. As you can see, it's not even close. We're #1 in luxury nationally, globally, and locally. The fact is that there's no one else in the real estate business that can help better than a Keller Williams trained agent. I don't know if you know this, but sometimes the second one is like, oh, we're #1 in everything, and we'll go, no, I think that's Keller Williams, and they'll go, oh, well, we sell more $1 million real estate than anyone else, which, next one, please. Is also a feeling and not a fact. We sell more $1 million real estate than any other organization. It's a little closer, sure, and they'll go, well, their workforce is so large. I say, great. But when we pull out who's operating the high end in luxury in Keller Williams compared to their workforce, it's almost the same. Same number of agents doing more business. You can walk in with that. And the other thing that we like to talk about too is like, well, I will see you there. That's one of the reasons that luxury has a sign to complement your brand, is to get that subliminal repetitive marketing. Because at almost double the market share at 700,000 and up, they might drive through a neighborhood and see 25 of another real estate organization's signs, but they'll see 50 of ours. But because they're all different, they don't realize it. So complementing that luxury brand and adding that additional signage to your brand really emphasizes to everyone what we are, which is #1. And then the other thing I like to talk about too is the next slide, please, Kimberly. Is that sometimes they miss that we're #1 in luxury because this is all price points. I know it's tiny, but I don't like to take away from the Atlanta Business Chronicle. But you'll see that we had $17.182 billion worth of all transactions at all price points last year. And I don't know if you noticed, the next closest competitor is sitting at 4.441. Sometimes they miss that we're the #1 luxury organization because you are not limited to luxury. Some of these others are. Right? They can't help what's going to be the next round of your luxury clients. That $200,000 condo buyer will be your $2 million client over the course of time with you. You're not limited to it. And maybe that's where your primary business model goes, right? You're 90% luxury or 100% luxury or 60 or 40 or 20, whatever your number is. You want that client for life, right? Because a luxury consumer is not a transactional consumer, they're a lifestyle consumer. They will move through ease with you. And even if you're not doing it, you have somebody around you who does. They're your legacy of luxury. They're your legacy going forward. They're your Kay Evans in however many years you want to be, living the dream, being the grand dame of luxury. So my goal is always to hype you up, whether you're entry level in luxury or operating a high level of luxury, you can call us. We'll walk you through because we all want you in the room with us. And sometimes that means walking the walk before you can talk the talk, right? Come to us. We love you. That's me.
Awesome, thank you very much. I'm gonna move these chairs because I feel closed in. All right, don't forget, we're starting our door decorating contest. All right, judging will be September 30th. I am totally new to this, and I have been instructed I have to decorate my door. Anybody want to volunteer to help me? Anybody?
What's your team?
We'll do
Got
it.
it. You win.
Who's your team?
Oh, it's not bad.
I don't have a team. I'm college football agnostic. This is something you're gonna learn about me. I went to Berry College in Rome. We didn't even have a football team until like. That's fantastic. Excited for her. So, yeah, so football, okay. fist. Alright, so I really don't care. We can put just a bunch of footballs on the door. I do love football, I just don't have a team that I root for.
Even professional.
I love a good tailgate, how about that?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good tailgate?
Yes.
Alright, so, go ahead and start getting those decorated. Billy has been instructed, he has a very firm deadline on when he has to finish his, because he will take forever. So, judging will be September 30th. Prizes are involved, okay? You guys all have an email about that, it went out yesterday from Ms. Sherry, so get on that. Alright, bring your listing. This is something that we, my understanding is we've done this in the past, is that right, Ms. Page?
Correct.
So this is gonna be the listing lifeline. Everybody has a listing, or most people have listings that are sitting, lingering, stagnant. We don't wanna use the word dead, but close, right? So this is gonna be a new thing that we're going to do. It's gonna start at 9:30 on team meeting on Tuesdays. You have to bring a listing page. You wanna talk about this for just a minute?
Yeah, this is something that I want you to understand, that this is where your Keller Williams agents and partners become your co-op agents, but they become, truly, remember, we're partners in all that we do. And if we have a listing that's stagnant for some reason or another, I might not be able to understand what I have done wrong in my listing material or my pricing or something, because I'm kind of prejudiced towards my listings. I love on my listings, where I want Brenda to come and tell me, Paige, come on, change up that write-up, do that. We're going to talk with each other and mastermind. You can bring 2 listings, and they have to be on the market for at least 29 days. So we don't want you bringing your new, this is not where you bring your new listings to get, this is where you bring your listings who need love. So
Awesome.
let's love on our listings.
Yeah, yes ma'am.
If we don't have a listing but we wanna learn,
You can't, but you have to sit in the back of the room.
Your ticket to talk at these things is your stagnant listing, okay? You have to bring it.
29 days.
29 days on the market, sit in the front, it's gonna be in the gathering area just outside of our team room, so that the room can be available, setting up for our team meetings. And so 9:30 next Tuesday, be there, be square, bring a maximum of 2 listings, and have the full agent report printed out to hand out and distribute. If you would like to bring your marketing material that you have to pass out, please feel free to.
Awesome.
Thanks, see you there.
And then you have to stay for team meeting, it's a rule. It's not on the sheet, but you have to stay for team meeting, sorry.
That's
Disclaimer, right, that's the fine print. Alright, buyer consultation, this is really awesome. Libby's gonna do a buyer consultation workshop Wednesday, August 27th from 11 to 12. You guys come, that's tomorrow, alright? Thank you for reminding me that's tomorrow. Today's the 26th, so. Please come to that. She's fantastic with buyers. I've heard her on the phone with people, talking to them, doing buyer consultations. She's really good at it. Come and sit and listen. New agents that are in the room, that's something you should be at. Come learn from one of the best. All right, it matters who you're in business with. This is exhibits and amendments with our very own best compliance broker in the whole world, Sherry Risby. Sherry, you have to get check
Be there, be square.
Be there, be square. All right, that's Thursday the 28th, which is this Thursday. All right, from 1 to 2. All right, excellent.
How long has Sherry been with us?
Sherry, how long have you been here?
Labor Day weekend, it will be 25 years.
It's the beginning. All right.
Something for 25 years that she gets a silver something.
She gets to teach the amendments class.
Talk to the profit and loss director, okay? We don't give out prizes.
All right. Next thing we have on the docket is we have a realtor safety course. This is Friday, September 18th. Lunch is going to be served from 12:30 to 3:30. You can scan the QR code. You have about 7 seconds left to do that, so knock it out. All right. Come to this. It's really great stuff with Captain Ken Malcolm, 30-year veteran of the police work and a personal safety consultant. All right. All right. Post license. This is our night class. This is for all of our new agents. This starts, let's see, when does it start? The 8th of September. Be here. This is fantastic. The one thing that we do differently with our post-license class than the post-license class you take through GREC or if you take through one of the schools is we have our agents teach the class. So not only are you getting the information that you have to have post-license, but you're also getting real-world, anecdotal experience and lessons from them on how to do the business. It's so much better, so much more in-depth than your typical post-license class. Please make sure you're there. Oh, and to all the agents that have volunteered and raised their hand and said, we will teach a class, thank you very much. We really appreciate that in advance. All right, Bold, first step is September the 29th. Make sure you scan this. We would love for everyone to attend Bold. Bold is fantastic. I've never been to Bold. I'm going to my first Bold. I've been to a first step only because my brother was teaching it, but I enjoyed it. I just did not take the class. And so make sure that you are looking out for this information. James Farron will be with us. Jim, remind me what date James will be with us for a Bold conversation here in team meeting?
26.
The 26th of September. Yeah. All right. So he'll be in here to talk about that. All right. Trailer Park CEO. This is our very own RD Dawn. All right. This is her new book. Make sure you scan this. All right. We are going to do a book club around this. Our office is going to read this. We're going to talk about it. All right. We are going to have the dates and times. It does not. All right.
We just know
Starting October 7th. We're going to set a time for that. It's probably going to be in the morning so that people can get here, knock it out. We're going to read through it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to learn. It's a great, great book written by a fantastic person. So make sure you go ahead and pre-order that. What was that?
Absolutely a great person.
Outstanding. Also from New Orleans.
Yeah.
This is Silverton. This is their, are they here today? Anyone here today for that? Silverton's, this is their chip in for a cause benefiting the Silverton Foundation. If you'd like to play, scan the QR code. I'm pretty sure you all have an email about it too, so check that. You can look into that and go play. It's on October the 28th. Clicks and tricks. All right, Kennedy, you're up. This is our social media tip of the day.
Good morning, you guys. So I'm just here to give you a very quick tip about social media. This is one that I love to do, and I know for some people it can be a little intimidating, and that's deleting something that you posted. I love to post. I will post on TikTok all the time on my personal account, and I will put a video up, I will spend so much time on it, and it will get 2 likes. And I'll look at it and I'll think, okay, I either leave this up and I feel really bad about it, or I delete it and try again, which feels like it can take some time, and you feel like you spent so much time like working on the colors and making sure that everything was in frame, but sometimes posts just don't work, and it can be easier to just kind of start over and try something different. So that's just one tip that I feel like a lot of people don't take as much advantage of as I feel like we could, which is honestly just deleting and trying again. So I just wanted to, bring that up for you guys. And I think that there's also a short video that we're gonna watch from Kelly Allen. This is just one type of video that you can post as a realtor, but I'm gonna go ahead and walk back there. So thank you guys for your time, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Metro that I've ever listed are overpriced, and sellers are literally paying for it. When sellers start too high, they lose the best buyers in week 1. They sit longer, and when they finally reduce their price, they're negotiating from a weaker spot, often selling for way less and even paying some closing costs on top of it. As evidenced by 66% of sellers paying some type of closing cost or concession in Q2, and 40% of homes had to reduce their price before they went under contract. If you're a buyer, that's leverage. If you're a seller, that's a warning sign. In this market, how you start is how you finish. Buyers, look for properties that have been sitting on the market for more than 8 days, so you have the most leverage. Sellers, if you haven't had an offer by day 8, make an adjustment, because waiting is going to cost you. Buying and selling in Metro Atlanta, DM me, and let's make sure you're on the winning side of what's happening in today's market. Right now, 61% of homes in Metro Atlanta that are listed are overpriced. And
Kimberly, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's a good point. So if you take that advice, you will need to come to the listing lifeline, right? All right. What's next, Kimberly? What do we have here? All right, we have Atlanta Peach Movers, and we have
Hey, we love it.
Karen Lindsay here with us. Thank you very much for breakfast.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have to say that I really enjoy Rose Group. Jean Rose does an excellent job. I go to offices all over the place, and when I tell you she really does take care of you guys, she really does. Even when it comes to us and making sure you're taken care of, she makes sure that you're at the highest level of what you need when it comes to our services. So I'm Karen Lindsay with Atlanta Peach Movers, and remember, there's no tree in our name. So it has to stay in your heads, there's no tree in our name. We've been in business for over 35 years. We are the official Move Over Braves. We're your preferred partner, which we like to claim as well. So we offer special services for you guys as agents. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's for our referral program. So your clients receive 5% off their client's move. You, if you're moving individually, you get 20% off your move. And if your client wants boxes and tape, we offer them 15 free boxes and tape, so it gets them started. And it's 10% off packing and unpacking. So as your preferred partner, we want you to know that if you have a closing that happens, but it's supposed to happen on Friday and it has to be pushed to Monday, if they're using us as movers, we'll make sure that they move on Monday. So we're gonna, whatever we have to adjust and move around, we're gonna make sure that your client is taken care of so that you don't have to wait on your commission check to come to you. So that's something, you know, you can keep in mind. And a lot of people don't understand that sometimes we may be higher, and it's because, I don't know if you know this, but if someone packs in your home and we have movers like getting you started, those same movers are gonna go with you to Florida or Texas or California, which a lot of moving companies, they'll have that driver go. And when they get there, they get day laborers from Home Depot or whatever. So if your client says, oh, they're so much more higher, that's the reason. We don't have strangers in your home, so that's something, you know, to consider. And I was listening to Ms. Evans talk about leveraging yourself and doing something to a higher standard. So a lot of people use us, the luxury agents anyway, use us as a concierge service. So not only do we move, we pack, we unpack, we do decluttering, junk removal, we have storage. So all of those services are just, you know, an extra benefit to your company. So if you go in, moving is very stressful, just like buying a home, and you say, you know what, just let me take care of everything. I have a company that's gonna get you packed up, and we're gonna clean their home when they move as well. So before they move into a home or after they move out, we offer those services. So it's just changing your business. We talked about that. Just leveraging yourself. Don't just focus on the home, focus on your client to make sure they're taken care of. So we just wanted you to know about our services. We have flyers outside.
My 26th move will be with
There
you.
you go.
I love that.
That's outstanding.
I'm so passionate about this, like I truly believe in what we're doing. So if you have any questions, you have a client, I'm gonna treat them as a VIP. So if you call me and say, Karen, I really need you to take care of this client, I'm gonna set out, you know, our best salesman, which takes care of you. His name is Edmund Ruiz, he's our VIP client, and we just wanna make sure you're taken care of. And the more successful you are, the more successful we are. So just know, I'm gonna take care of you, so it's okay to refer us.
Yeah, thank you very much for breaking. Karen, I have a question for you.
Sure.
On average, or what's the best amount of lead time to give a moving company, specifically you guys, to schedule you guys to use?
The best amount of time is 30 days.
30 days?
But as I mentioned, we will accommodate you. So if there's something that you need last minute, Orlando's gonna make sure that you have.
We will accommodate.
Yes, we will accommodate you. You are our VIP client, and this is something that Jean negotiated with us. So just know that we're doing it special for you. If there's something that you need to do.
We really appreciate you being here.
And one more thing I wanted to mention is we move local, national, and international. So if you have a client that's moving from Florida, we can take care of that too. We can move them here, so it's not just going out.
Add something, just, okay. As a luxury thing, I just noticed you have on-site storage facilities.
Yes.
Have you ever walked into a home and somebody is in love with something because they have bad taste? Right? And they're like, whoa, and they want it to stay, but you know that that doesn't appeal to the consumer. Having a partnership with a great mover, especially one that has on-site storage, when you're doing the staging report, you go, you know, I see why you love this piece. I'm just a little worried with people coming in and out. I would love to help you pre-pack your home. and get to the staging level, right? So you're honoring the thing that they love, but accomplishing the goal that you need for their ultimate goal, which is to sell that home. And a mover with high standards who has a training facility
We do.
that makes sure all their people are taken care of, knowing that that piece will be loved, but also not in your photos. Great partnership.
And if you don't know this, and we go out so often, so people are like, we're tired of hearing about the training facility. It's actually a 2-story home that's in our storage facility, which is 55,000 square feet. So it's a home that's split in half, that's open. So we can train them going up and downstairs, we can see them, so that's part, we've had that for,
That's really
Like
cool, sounds like a
over-
field trip kind of thing.
we are, that's what we're gonna do. We are, yeah, we're working on that.
Can I go to that? Will you
Yeah.
set that up?
We'll set it up.
I love to
We do it
move.
with ARA, so we can definitely, start to do it with you guys as well.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for breakfast once again.
Can I say something I left out?
Hey, you're in charge.
Oh, good, I'm glad to know that. The most important change that I made in my business life and my personal life is hiring a personal assistant. Doreen Parks, please stand up. There she is. She's been with me 23 years. 23 out of 25 years. If, I recommend that you do that, she's been everything to me, really. Now I'm blind, you know that, most of you know I'm losing my vision, and she drives me everywhere, so.
But she tells me how to get there.
She's like a human GPS. I don't know how she does it.
Every street she knows.
Every street.
But the best hire you can absolutely make is a personal person like that in your business, because that will take your business to the moon.
So, motivational minute. So this is our change from lessons learned for those of you that haven't been here. We're gonna do a motivational minute at the end of every team meeting. I think that it's great to send you guys out back into the world doing business with something really awesome to think about and talk about. How many times did you and I talk about what you were gonna talk about today when you got up here?
You know.
We just met when you got here, right? So 0. Jim, did you tell me what she was gonna talk about today?
I did not.
She talked about change, right? And most people don't want change because it's scary,
Yeah.
right? We get scared, we're nervous. Fear keeps us from doing those things. So I have a quick little video I want you to watch that specifically talks about fear.
Have you learned about how to deal with and overcome fear?
Go. When all that fear that's in your head, all the what ifs and the scenarios that you create inside your own mind that are way worse than anything that is actually gonna happen, they all disappear when you go. So just take action.
Just take action.
Yep.
Right? Super powerful stuff. At CEO Summit, and like I said, I've got tons and tons of great content from this when I was out at Mega Camp 2 weeks ago. To answer that question, it's a potential question. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Right? That fear. What would I do if I knew I could not fail? Right? I just want to leave you with that question. Everyone have a great week, and I will see you guys around.
Oh,